Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faiz, and my team is Raffi Fadila and Razak Handoko. And today I'm going to walk you through the text mining project titled Earthquakes, the match classification based on Indonesian news article. In this project, I built a complete machine learning pipeline from collecting raw news data of the internet all the way to training and evaluating to a classifier supervector machine and net bias to automatically determine the level of the makers caused by earthquakes in Indonesia. Project overview. The goal is straightforward. Given a news article about an earthquake in Indonesia, I want a machine learning model to predict how severe the damage was, whether it was heavy, medium, or light. For data, I collect news articles by scraping three major Indonesian news websites, Kompas, Detik, and CNN Indonesian. These are some of the most widely read news portals in the country, so they provide a solid and diverse dataset. The overall approach is an end-to-end pipeline starting from web scraping, then filtering, labeling, text preprocessing, feature extraction using the PDF, and finally training and comparing to classification models. Project pipeline. Here is the full project pipeline, 6 steps in total. Step 1 is web scraping, where I collect news article links in content from Kompas, Detik, and CNN Indonesian. Step 2, I is of filtering. Not every article that's mentioned earthquakes is relevant. I apply a set of validation rules to make sure only genuine Indonesian earthquakes the make article make it true. And step 3 is labeling. I assign each article one of three domain categories, heavy, medium, or light, using keyword-based rules. And step 4 is text preprocessing. This is where I clean and normalize the raw Indonesian text so the model can actually learn from it. And step 5, the FEDF vectorization. I convert the clean text into numerical feature that the machine learning models can process. And finally, step 6 is classification. Train both SVM and net bias, evaluate them, and compare their results. Next, web scraping. The first step is collected data. I scrape article from three sources, Kompas.com, Detik.com, and CNN Indonesian. It's with a slightly different URL structure, so needed it one own scraping approach. I define 5 search keyword related to earthquakes, the make in Indonesian, things like gempa bumi Indonesian, kerusakan gempa, and rumah rusak akibat gempa. On the right, you can see the code for scraping Kompas for each keyword. The script loops through up to 80 page of text results, parse the HTML with beautiful soap, and collect everything that point to a Kompas article. Similar approach is I use for the tick and CNN Indonesian, just with different URL pattern. After collecting a links, duplicate or remove using a Python set, then the actual article content is fed in parallel using thread pool executor with 30 workers, which makes the scraping significantly faster. And next, news filtering. Once the articles are collected, not all of them are useful. Some might mention earthquakes in the headline but talk about another country or they might be about a completely different disaster. So I wrote a validation function is underscore valid underscore Gempa valid underscore Indonesian that applies 5 filter rules. And rule 1, the article must contain at least one earthquake-related keyword such as gempa, magnitudo, or guncangan. And rule 2, it must mention the make for or impact words like rumah rusak, korban, pengungsi, or kerusakan. And rule 3, it must mention an Indonesian location, province, island, or major cities like Cianjur, Lombok, and Sulawesi. And rule 5, if the article mentions a foreign country like Turkey, Japan, or China, it gets rejected only when Indonesian earthquakes. And rule 5, article about other disaster routes, landslides, or volcanic eruptions are also filtered out. And lastly, any article shorter than 100 words is discarded because it likely does not contain no context for meaningful classification. Okay, next slide is automatic labeling. With our filter dataset ready, the next step is labeling assigned to each article the max severity category. I use a simple but effective rule-based approach with 3 categories. An article is labeled berat heavy if it contains words like robo, korban jiwa, meninggal, hancur, pengungsi, or rusak berat. If it the If it does not qualify as heavy, it's checked for sedang or medium. Keyword rusak, sedang, retak, kerusakan, or luka. And if neither condition is met, it default to ringan like the make. On the right, you can see how clean and concise this function is. It's just a series of any checks on a list of keywords. The label is then applied to every row in the data frame using df label, df separator, and apply labeling. The label dataset is saved as dataset Gempa labeled CSV. Okay, next. Pre-processing, text pre-processing. Before we can train any model, the next needs to be clean and normalized. This especially important for Indonesian text which has its own morphology and stop word. The preprocessing pipeline has 5 steps. And first, scaffolding. Everything is converted to lowercase to ensure consistency. And second, cleaning. I use regular expression to remove URLs, mention hashtag number, punctuations, and any alphabetical character. Enter tokenizing. The clean string is split into individual word token and 4 stop word removal. Common Indonesian words that don't carry meaning like yang dan ini are removed using an LTK Indonesian stop word list. And fifth, 5 stemming word are reduced to their root form using the Sastrawi library, which is specifically designed for the Indonesian language. You can see the full function at the bottom of this site. The result is a clean normalized text column called clean text, which is what the model will actually train on. And next slide. TF-IDF factorization and data speed. Now we need to convert text into number because machine learning models can work with raw string. I use the FVDF, term frequency inverse document frequency. The idea is to give higher weight to words that appear frequently in one specific document but rarely across the whole corpus. This helps the model identify words that are actually meaningful for a particular article. The vector tracer is configured with max feature 5000 to keep only the top 5000 term range 1 1.2, min depth is 2, and max depth 0.9. After factorizing, the dataset is split into 80% for training and 20% for testing using scikit learn trend test split with random state, 42 for reproducibility. And next slide, super machine support vector machine SVM or SVM. The first model I trained is a support vector machine or SVM. SVM work by finding the optimal hyperplane, a decision boundary that spare part the different class with the maximum possible margin. It's particularly well suited for dimensional text data, which is exactly what we have with the FPDF. I use linear kernel with C2. The C parameter control the thread of between maximizing the margin and minimizing classification error. A value of 2 means we allow a moderate amount of regularization. As you can see in the bits on the lower left, SVM achieve the higher accuracy of the two models in this project. Okay, next. Nebuyus classifier or NBC. The second model is multinomial Nebuyus. Nebuyus is a probabilistic classifier based on Bayes. It's called Neb because it assumes all feature. In our case, all words are statistically independent of its order. I use multinomial NB with alpha 0.9. Alpha is the Laplace smoothing parameter. It prevents the model from assigning zero probability to what it has not seen during training. And the bias is much faster to train than SVM, and its prediction are very interpretable. The trade-off is that it typically achieves slightly lower accuracy, especially when features are correlated, which they often are in natural language. Next slide is result visualization dashboard. Yes, let's look at the actual result from the dashboard, starting from the KPI car at the top. The total dataset contains 100 and 1,144 news article. After scraping and filtering, SVM achieve an accuracy of 51.22%. Real-life bias came in at 74.67%, the dominant damage category across the dataset. Is berat is berat, heavy damage, meaning most earthquakes the news article in Indonesian report severe impact. Moving to the Demex distribution bar chart, Demex distribution bar chart, we can see that the dataset somewhat imbalanced. The berat category has the highest count at around 4, 4, 480, followed closely by sedang at roughly 470, and ringan is like the MAC is the smallest group with only about 90 articles. This imbalance is important because it explains why the ringan class tends to have weaker classification performance. The pie chart confirm this heavy the MAC account for 51%, medium is 41.3%, and like it's only 7.7% of the total data. Looking at the SPM composition metric, so a similar pattern. The model correctly classified 100 heavy for ringan and 67 sedang articles. The most common misclassification is heavy article being predicted as ringan, which makes sense given how underrepresented the light class and NIBC or Nebius confusion metric. So similar the pattern but with more error. 100 the correct for berat and 5 for ringan and 555 for sedang with notably more misclassification, and 21 berat predict as ringan and 20 sedang predict as berat. Oke, selanjutnya. Finally, classification reward heat map. At the bottom, summarize this clearly for SPM berat has a precision of 0.87 and F1 of 0.86, sedang is 0.74 and precision with F1 of 0.81, but ringan score only 0.57 precision and 0.31 F1. The minority class is clearly the hardest to classify, for NBC number are consistently lower across all class with ringan edges 0.62 precision and 0.37 F1. The overall weight average F1 score is 0.84 SPM and versus 0.74 for NBC. Okay, next. Let's work out K. The maker function on the top is reusable helper that creates the KPI cards. It takes a cell access object, a title, a value, a subtitle, and color, and render then them cleanly without excess ticks or spines, giving it a card-like appearance. Okay, next slide. Results. Result and model comparison. SPM use a linear kernel with C2 it achieves higher accuracy, so strong performance on heavy and medium damage categories, and is generally recommended for high-dimensional text classification tasks where the class are linearly separable. And if bias use multinomial NB, alpha 0.3 Laplace smoothing, and performance slightly lower accuracy, best for speed, interpretability, and metric precision. Recall F1 inside fast weaker on minority class. The next conclusion. Throughout, I've let me summarize what we accomplished in this project. We successfully scrap and filtered earthquakes relates news article from the three major Indonesian media sources. We apply rule-based labeling to categories each article into heavy, medium, or light to make a fast and transparent approach that does not require manual annotation. We build a complete NLP preprocessing pipeline using Sastrawi for Indonesian streaming and NLTK for stopword removal. We extract feature using the FEDF with big prompts capturing both good but individual keyword and two-word phrases that are meaningful in earthquake reporting. We train and compare SVM and bias, and SVM came out as the stronger model for this task. And finally, we produce multi-panel analytic dashboard visualizing our results in a single professional figure. Thank you for watching. If you have any question for the kolom komentar, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.